So have you ever worked so long and so hard on something and it doesn't seem to get the attention or appreciation it deserves? Yeah, welcome to the world that these guys live in. And apparently adulthood in general. Halo Combat Evolved Single Player Version 3. So Halo SPV3 is a mod created by the CMT community. It was made for, yep, you guessed it, Halo Combat Evolved. But this is for the PC version only, not for Xbox. So when Halo PC originally came out, people really started to get into the whole idea of modding, the whole concept of modding. And Bungie, the developers behind Halo, didn't see this as a bad thing. They saw this as a chance to encourage their community members to explore their creativity. So to honor that, they created Halo Custom Edition. This allowed the modding community to take modding Halo to an entirely new level. And the CMT community did exactly that. They started rebuilding the original campaign their way in their image. And I'll never forget it. The first version I played about 10 years ago, and while it wasn't what it is today, it was still impressive. They had polished the graphics, they had added new weapons in from the other Halo games, they gave new skins to the current weapons. It was a beautiful thing, and so I kept up with it to see if they would do a version 2, and I saw lots of trailers and suggestions for it, but years went by and I never really got the update that I was looking for. That is until last year when they finally released SPV3. I went into this thinking that it was going to be one thing, and I got my mind blown. So just like with their version 1, they did reskins with weapons, they definitely updated the graphics, but because a lot has happened since then, they were able to add so many weapons from all the other Halo games, plus originals completely made by them. We're talking carbines, focus rifles, and get this, there are 3 different types of hunters, and you can wield all 3 of their guns. But here's where they really started taking it to the next level. They weren't just adding new weapons and weapon skins and updating the graphics. They were even adding in new bad guys with their own custom animations, their own custom appearances. They added brutes in, which was amazing because they were able to borrow concepts from all 3 games that they were actually in. You saw brutes that reminded you of the ones from Halo 2 as well as the ones from Reach, but still some had the armor that they had in Halo 3 and ODST. It didn't feel odd either. It just felt very well integrated into the system. It felt like they were always supposed to be there. They even added in skirmishers, which I thought was pretty cool because in Halo Reach they just felt like an off-brand jackal. Here they feel like their own enemy. They have their own moves, their own style, and you have to fight them differently. Even the soundtrack here really impressed me. A lot of the music is original, but it still feels organic to Halo, and it's beautiful to listen to. But here is what really blew my mind. I honestly thought that the cream of the crop going into this was going to be the new weapons and the new bad guys. CMT took it to an entirely different level by literally adding to and upgrading the current missions in the game. I didn't even think that type of thing was possible. This blew my mind. The first time I actually saw this was when I was on the mission, the Pillar of Autumn, and I start going through those little tunnels that you have to use your flashlight in. And then I noticed that I started going up an incline. Now I've played this mission 1,000 times before, and I'm like, huh, this is new. And it leads you to this entire section of this open worldness that you saw at the beginning of the mission in the cutscenes. You see these massive tunnels that are flaming, the lights are flickering, the gravity's going on and off. It's completely insane, completely new. It took me off guard and it felt organic to the mission. It didn't feel like it was shoehorned in there. But they didn't just stop there. When you go into the second mission, they didn't just add 1 new section, they added like 3. The mission Halo basically ends up being twice as long and it feels organic, and they don't just extend the mission, they give you different scenarios. You hear voices coming in on your comm radio telling you that there's a certain anti-air wraith or there's danger in this corner, and it feels like it was actually made by Bungie. And guess what? You can even drive the anti-air wraith in this game. But just when I thought my mind couldn't be possibly blown anymore, they took the mission The Silent Cartographer and redid it entirely. They made it bigger, better, more epic in scale. They took you in places that you wanted to go in the original one, but you couldn't go before, and now you get to see where those places lead. And I don't want to spoil this part for you, but they do this sequence at the end when you're actually trying to get control of the cartographer that blows the original one away completely. 10 years went into making this mod, and you can tell. I tried to think of gripes that I had for this thing, and really they all ended up just being minor things. In the first mission, they do put hunters in there, which feels a little out of place. I honestly believe that the third mission was their place. Their introduction was perfect. The first time you see hunters in the original Halo Combat Evolved, they come down from the Covenant ship for the first time, and that just seemed very appropriate for them. So it just felt weird that you see them appear on the Pillar of Autumn. How'd they even get there to begin with? They just use lifeboats to get in, or at least the Covenant version of the lifeboat. lifeboats. And there was one extended segment in Assault on the Control Room that again felt a little out of place compared to the other ones. You go down beneath the surface of the canyon and there's a series of light bridges that feel like it was sort of just copy and pasted in there. After that, you go through a series of tunnels to try to ascend to the surface, and again, it just feels a little long and drawn out. But the battle that takes place afterwards is incredible. You're on this massive snowbank and this huge, massive battle between Covenant and USC breaks out, and then when you're done with that, it leads you all the way to the tower where the control room is, and to me, that was a far better and more creative approach to it than what was in the original game. So again, I did have very minor gripes with this, but this did not take away from the experience at all. If you consider yourself a major Halo fan and you've played the first game a couple of hundred times, this is a new experience for you. This is something that you need to see, you need to experience, you need to feel for yourself. I am beyond impressed with the work that this team has done over the years, the amount of teamwork, the amount of effort, the amount of love that went into this. And I'll even go out on a limb here and say that it completely blows Halo Anniversary out of the water. SPV3, that is what I feel like would have been a really true proper Halo Anniversary. 343, if you're watching this, you need to seriously consider employing these guys, because not only did they do such a good job remaking the game, they made it organic. They made it feel like Halo. They didn't take anything away. They didn't shoehorn anything in. It felt organic to the game. It didn't take anything away. It just enhanced the overall Halo experience. They made it better, and I didn't think that was possible. Guys, at the end of the day, this CMT mod for Halo is absolutely worth your time. It's incredible, enhances your experience, but it's also free, so you can't buy it. But if it were available for purchase and downloadable on Xbox Live, I would absolutely say that Halo SPV3 is worth buying at full price. If you haven't checked this mod out, I'll have a link in the description below so you can download it directly to your computer. All you need to go along with it is Halo Custom Edition, and both of these are free. So Halo SPV3 by the CMT community, have you guys tried it yet, and what do you think about it? You can let me know in the comment section below, or hit me up on both Facebook and Twitter. Links to my social media accounts can be found in the description. And if you like this video, please hit that subscribe button for more video game related content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on MythicTyrant.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys and gals. I'll catch you right here next time. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.